Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to be building a house, and I'm not exactly sure what style of house I'm going to go for, but I guess that's just going to be part of the process. So let's hop over to another plot and let's get started. Okay, and as you guys can see, we are in a new plot, and as you guys can see over here, we kind of already have some plain fencing going on as like our little layout. So I think we can just hop into build mode and get started. And the layout is pretty simple. This is a 1-bedroom, 2-bath house, I want to say. So I will give you guys a little rundown of the layout. So over here is going to be the entrance, foyer, whatever you guys want to call it. And then over here we have our living room, and then over here we will have our dining room, kitchen, and then along here this is going to be the garage. Then this is a hallway, and this is going to be like a laundry / mud room, and then this is going to be another bathroom, and this is going to be the full bathroom. And here's another bathroom. I'm not sure if I said that. I'm already kind of tripping up here. And here's the bedroom, of course. So let's just get, of course, started with this because we don't want to waste any time. And my oh my, can we just take a minute and talk about how well the channel has been doing? I've been gone. Well, I've not been gone, but I had so many videos pre-recorded because I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing any upload times because I had track, and obviously the track season is coming to an end, so I can finally start getting back out and just making more videos, because I think I had about like maybe 4 weeks of videos pre-recorded and just ready to go, which I did not expect to have that many weeks pre-recorded. But yes, I'm just so glad that I'm back and I'm ready to go. And speaking of which, coloring this, I'm not exactly sure what kind of color I want to do. I know for sure I want to use this texture, but I just want to play around with some of the colors, and I think I might come back once I find one that I like. Okay, and here's the color I came up with. It's not exactly fossil, but it's like a custom color. So here's the hex and here's the RGB. I just really like it because it's not too dark and it's also not too light. I feel like it's just the perfect match because I didn't want something that was going to be too light, and I also didn't want something that was going to be too dark. And I realized I made a mistake here with the walls because I don't know what I was doing when I was talking. But anyways, here this is, and I'm just going to finish coloring this up because I think for this video, I'm going to mainly focus on the exterior and then do the interior on a separate video. And I know I have so many videos that you guys are probably waiting for some interiors, but I don't know, I've just not had time, and I really wanted to start this project because I had a comment saying, could you make a budget friendly house? But this is probably not going to be the most budget friendly, so I'm probably going to have to do another house that is a little bit more budget friendly and Game Pass friendly, because you definitely know me, I'm going to be making a bunch of custom stuff in this build. And speaking of custom stuff, I'm already off the back and I have to make a custom window for this build. Okay, and here's the custom window that I made. I've already kind of put it over there just so I had it that done, but basically what it is it's just a square window resized, and then it has like a bunch of like structural beams just kind of lined up to make it look like this kind of custom-ish, I guess you could say. And credits go to Infinite for this idea because I saw he did some windows like this and I really like the way that they look. Anyways, I'm just gonna put these along here and kind of like see what goes where and like how the windows should be positioned. I did make, I think, 2 variations of these windows just because I wanted one that was big, but I also wanted one that was small because I didn't want like there to be too much like of a contrasting character of size, I feel like. But another thing I also do want to say is thank you guys so much for the love and support I've been getting lately. Like, I did not expect to already hit 100 subscribers. Like, I was no way prepared or ready for that. Like, I just posted a video and that video kind of blew up, and I did a short and that blew up too. Like, I don't know why, but like the YouTube algorithm just picked that up and kind of helped me like blow up, I guess. But I was just so thankful for that. In the moment I was like, whoa, like I was like so like shocked and like appalled by it. I was like, whoa, I did not expect that video to do that well. But I guess thank you guys for all the support that you gave me on that video. It was really like I was just so happy to see like that the video did that well. And for this house, I'm not exactly sure what style I'm going for. I'm just kind of winging it because, you know, for this, it's just all kind of about the process and trust the process. And I'm not exactly sure how this is looking so far, but so far I do like it. And for this, I am gonna do like an elevated raised porch kind of thing. And if you know me, you know that I hate, like I literally hate doing the rough way. So obviously, you know me, I have to take basic shapes and I have to do some like weird custom porch for this. Okay, and here is the custom porch. It's not exactly all the way back yet. I don't know how I missed that, but this is how it turned out. And I do think this door, I think that's actually the perfect height. There's a little bit of like a difference there. That looks really good so far. And I think for now, we're just gonna leave this porch as is because I don't wanna mess with it too much. And I think we should honestly start working on the roughing for this because I'm not exactly sure how I want to rough this whatsoever, because I do know I want to do gable roofs because the gable roofs are just something that look really good. Okay, and for this, I feel like this roof always has to be the tallest one because it's like the main one. So you always have to raise this up, I feel like, a little bit higher than you would raise up any other roof. And it may at first look a little bit weird, but I think it's just one of those things where, again, you have to trust the process and it will look better. And for this roof, I think I'm just gonna bring it all the way back here. And then for this one, like obviously this is way too tall. And another thing I do want to say is I am in a new like place for recording and I'm not exactly sure what to do for this roof because I don't want to mess it up too much. I think actually we could do like a slanted roof here, kind of connecting that. So I'm gonna do that in a minute. And for the coloring, obviously we have to do this like custom color. So I should probably save this to my custom colors. And for this roof, I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it because like this one I keep coming back to and it's like, do I do that? But like I feel like it would look too flat then. So then I think since this is covered up, we might as well just do another gable roof because I think it would just look the best for it. It may look a little bit funky here at first, but I think that's actually kind of good. Okay, I like the way that looks, but I just don't like that. So I'm going to see if I can fix that off camera. And I am going to do some detailing. And I take the structurals and I go into the horizontal plank and I just go right here and I drag it up here to the top. And if you hold shift, like once you place it, it will like kind of clip it to like continue it. And this is a whole process. So I am going to go off camera and just kind of finish this up. That way I'm not rambling on about nonsense and it's not boring for you guys to watch. So I will be back once this is done. Okay, so I just finished with the roof trim and yes, I did not think about this side. It looks a little bit wonky. Well, the sides do at least, because we have like this big tall roof and it kind of just looks a little bit iffy. But I did finish the roof like thing and that did take me a good 20 minutes maybe. I did kind of start procrastinating. I was on the verge of just quitting because I did not expect it to take that long. And I was nowhere ready for that because I thought it was going to be a little bit easier and it did not go as planned. But basically, I'm just going to finish up on the exterior. There is just one big major thing that I want to work on still, and that is making a custom door because I think right here, like I said, it's gonna be the kitchen. So this is obviously just gonna be like a 3 by 5, I want to say, or whatever. So I think we could have 2 custom doors right here. So I'm gonna try and make them the right size, and I probably will. And I've actually made a tutorial Tuesday on how to make a custom door frame. So I'm kind of gonna follow that kind of steps and just kind of make the door then. Okay, and here's this part done. I just kind of quickly finished up the doors, and the doors are very pricey, I guess, $3,000. I mean, they could be a little bit worse if you ask me, because I have seen other YouTubers when they make their custom doors, they're like a fortune, but mine turned out pretty good actually. And this alone is just $1,000. I'm not exactly sure how much the base is. It's probably gonna be like maybe $2,000 if this is, well, actually wait, the base is probably 1,000 because these doors are each going to be 2,000 then. So just doing some quick math, and I did just finish up adding some windows, and basically now I'm just going to work on some of the gardening. And I did add this thing over here because I've saw some other YouTubers do it like this, but I'm not exactly sure how I like it. I do think it kind of makes like the edges look kind of more smooth, but I'm not exactly sure if that's my favorite thing. So I think I'm just just gonna stick to like the traditional like just grass and dirt kind of thing for my mode stripes, because I know personally that I don't like when they look like that. So I think I'm just gonna go around and kind of work on some dirt paths and piles, because I just want to get the gardening out of the way. And I actually saw a fellow YouTuber, I'm not exactly sure what texture they used, but they used one and it made their dirt kind of look glossy in a way, and I'm not exactly sure what they used. I think it could have been like a wood texture, as weird as that sounds. I think it might have been this texture actually, but I don't like the way they did it made theirs look really good. I actually want to see for a minute if out like this. Okay, that actually looks pretty good, so I'm gonna keep that. Actually it could change, and this part I did not plan, and I feel like you guys know when I plan and don't plan some like parts of the video, because I do just kind of ramble on and like I don't know what to do exactly. But for this I want to keep it very simple, and I just want to do some light gardening. And for that I'm going to do like the classic beautiful like mowed lawn freshly like kind of grass stripes. And I think I'm going to make this darker, and I'm going to just go along here and kind of fix this up, because I do want this to be like kind of like the suburban house like that you would see in like the neighborhood. And I think I will be back once I have finished up the grass stripes. So basically I finished up the mowed striping of the grass, and it looks really good. And I'm not exactly sure if I mentioned this earlier, but I did indeed like add like the plain fencing around like the small plot, just so I could show you guys that this house would fit in that like perimeter. So now I'm just gonna delete these plain fencings. And I do just want to mention, like, this house turned out way better than I like imagined in like my head. Like the vision I had in my head was like to make it look good, and it does look really good. So now that we have that done, let's just so now that we have this done, I do actually think I want to work on the gardening like I mentioned earlier. And for the gardening, I am going to try and just use some of the in-game garden stuff, like these bushes, and just resize them, because I have been watching other YouTubers and how they do their gardening, and they just basically do an assortment of these, and they kind of just resize them in all sorts of different sizes. And then what they do is they take some of these too, I've noticed, and then they resize these too, of course. And I don't want them to be like protruding over the window that much either. Anyways, now that we have that done, there is another thing I want to put in the garden. I think maybe if we also take like this kind of bush too and we resize it down, that'll look good. And then I actually think if we added some rocks, that would also make the build look really good. So I think if we just put that there and resize it down slightly, and then if we take this and put that here and then put that like that, okay, that looks really good. So now to color this, what we're just gonna do is we're gonna take some of our custom colors and just kind of mess around with the gardening to see how we want this to look. Gardening is not a strong suit of mine at all, so I'm just gonna kind of play around with some colors and see how that looks, and that looks really good. And over here, maybe if we take this tree, if we just put that there, and then we colored this maybe a little bit lighter to make it look livelier. Well, I really like that. And then if we color the stump like that, that looks really good. So now we're just gonna kind of do the same thing. We're just gonna scatter these bushes around the thing, because I saw that's what YouTubers recommended, is like if you don't know where to put gardening, just kind of take one of the bushes and just kind of place them in random clumps, and it will kind of look good. Okay, so I know this is probably like a very awkward cut into the video, because I was working on gardening and now it's pretty much done. I just went off camera because I thought it was going to be a very tedious process, which it was. So anyways, here's the gardening done, and I did just add like a basic walk like path through here, and then here's like the fence to kind of close the backyard. And I really like the way this whole house turned out, and I did just add some lights to the inside for like the thumbnail, because I wanted it to be like more like natural lighting versus like the lights I've been doing in my thumbnails. And I did, if you guys notice, add just some pillars, because I thought it kind of accented the color a little bit more. So I'm just actually gonna hop out of build mode and give you guys the tour. And before I finish, I do just want to show you guys the price. This was actually $77,000, which I thought it was going to be a little bit more, but that's actually pretty affordable in my opinion. So here's what it looks like so far. Here's the outside, here's like the front view. Then walking over here, we have like this passage to the backyard, and this looks so good. I can't wait to finish this up. This area does look a little bit questionable, but I definitely can fix that in the interior. And then over here to this passage over here, it kind of is a big loop, and I really like that. So this is the house completed. Okay, and that will be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did, and this house turned out wonderful, and I can't wait to do the interior. So if you guys did enjoy the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. That way you get alerted every time I post a new video. Bye!